This looks super huge. This is my everyday stack, and it doesn't matter what the millimeters are. When they're by themselves, it's gonna look much smaller than when it's all three together. The only thing that stays consistent is the grind. Keep on grinding. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's doing very, very well. Had an excellent request that I want to get into. Just want to say, in case you guys didn't see one of the last videos that I put out, unfortunately all my requests that you amazing people sent me got lost in the abyss of technology, right? Everything got deleted and I tried to gather back as much as I could. If I throw out some duplicate requests, that might be why. I'm gonna do my best not to do that. I'm gonna try to get to everybody in the same order that I left you guys off at before I stopped making videos on the regular due to my, my family health conditions. So please forgive me guys, be patient with me. I'm doing my very best to get to those. And I'm sorry, a lot of these requests were time sensitive in the way that you guys needed to know information right away. I've always done my very best to get stuff out. I'm really sorry if I wasn't able to help you guys make a purchase, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to make up for that now. Today's request was absolutely fantastic. Great video, man. I'm a new sub and please help me with this. I'm new to chains and I just purchased a 24-inch 4mm gold rope chain. I'm a big fella, so it looks like it's a 20-inch on my neck. I want to pair it with a silver chain. My options are with a 24-inch or 26-inch 5mm silver Cuban link, a 24-inch 4mm silver rope chain, a 24-inch 3mm silver Franco. I can't do a 22-inch because it's going to look like a choker style chain. Let me know, bro, on your ways of pairing silver with gold. Thank you, keep the videos coming. All right, so I want to take a little extra time with this because this amazing subscriber said that he's new to wearing chains. Congratulations on finding the fantastic world of chains. Really is amazing and fun to accessorize. Not only that, when you're purchasing precious metals, it makes you feel more precious. So why should you not feel more precious? At the end of the day, I think everyone who subscribes to this channel feels good when they throw a nice piece of heavy weight metal around their neck. I know I do. It's really nice. It can uplift you, make you feel good when you're down. And at the end of the day, it's an overall amazing thing to add to your lifestyle. So congratulations on that. Now, the first thing I want to mention is you are saying that you have a 24-inch 4mm gold rope chain, okay? A gold rope chain or any type of rope chain, whether it's gold, silver, white gold, yellow gold, whatever it is, rose gold, 4mm rope chain is gonna look big, especially when compared to other 4mm style chains, whether that be a Miami Cuban link, whether that be a flat curb, something like that. It's still gonna look the biggest when it comes to that. The reason why is just because it's a chunky chain, okay? So you got a lot of bang for your buck when you purchased that 24-inch 4mm gold rope chain. You said that you have the options of going with a 24-inch or a 26-inch 5mm silver Cuban link. All right, first of all, you need to determine, are you wearing these chains outside of your shirt? If you're wearing these chains on the inside of your shirt, it does not matter what length you go at. Typically, I wear my stuff on the inside of my shirt, so I buy everything at the same length. Now, you'll save money the shorter you go, right? So if you're wearing the stuff on the inside of the shirt and you're just wearing it for the neck presence like I have here right now, if you're just wearing it for neck presence, it doesn't matter what size you go to as long as it's gonna stay inside your shirt. So for you, I would stick, if you're wearing it on the inside of your shirt, I'd stick at a 24-inch because that's the minimum you wanna go. You don't want anything looking like a choker on you, okay? If you're wearing it on the outside of your shirt, do you want to have fatter millimeters around your neck or do you want a layered look? That is what you have to ask yourself at this point, because you're saying you could go with another 24-inch or you can go with a 26-inch. Do you want the layered look? Now, it doesn't necessarily matter whether it's in silver or gold. The 4mm rope chain is going to do very, very well when paired with a 5mm Miami Cuban link. It's going to hold its ground very, very well. You might just it might be a perfect look in order to do that. I've done a couple of videos in the past showing the comparison of a 4mm rope chain compared to a 5mm Miami Cuban link. And in those comparisons, we found that that 4mm rope looks almost as big as the 5mm Miami Cuban link, all right? So you're doing a very nice comparison. It's not gonna look like a huge jump if you do layer it, okay? If you do layer it, you have the 24, then you have the 26. It's not gonna look like a huge jump. You're gonna be holding ground very well. It might just look a little bit bigger, and that's nice because now you have a nice size here and you have a little bit of a smaller size with the rope, and that might be something that you want to go for. But that's if you want to layer. Okay, if you don't want to layer, you have to determine whether you want to layer or not. That's a big question. If you don't want to layer, if you want to have this, for example, these are all 20 inches, okay? You see how fat of a stack this looks? This looks super huge. This is my everyday stack, and it doesn't matter what the millimeters are. When they're by themselves, it's going to look much smaller than when it's all three together. That's the illusion, that's the magnificence of smaller sized chains, guys. You can get away with a lot when you have smaller sized chains stacked together. So do you want to layer? Do you want more of this look? For example, let me just throw this back here. Do you want more of this look? Or do you want your chains to look like this? Having a fat look, having the appearance of a huge stack around your neck, or do you want it layered? Because it's not gonna look like a huge stack around your neck if you have them layered. It's a style preference. Do you want the option to have a thicker looking chain without spending the money, or do you want that nice layered look? It all depends on you. Personally, I like it when it's a fat stack appearance. I almost never wear my chains layered, but that's just my personal preference. You can do whatever you want, and that's the amazing thing about styles, okay? So that's gonna help you determine whether you want a 24-inch around your neck, right? Or you want a 26-inch. Now, you said that you would be pairing it with a Cuban link. We're gonna actually throw on a 24-inch rope and a 24-inch Miami in a couple of minutes to show you guys at the same time, to show this viewer what it will look like. It's not gonna be a white gold and a gold, they're gonna both be gold. But we're gonna throw that on in a couple minutes just to give you the idea of what that's gonna look like. But remember, it's gonna come down to whether you want this to be a fat stack like this, or if you want it to be layered. If you want it to be layered and you're dead set on going with a Miami Cuban link paired with the rope chain, I would definitely go ahead and I would get the 26-inch for that, okay? The other option you mentioned was a 24-inch, 4mm silver rope chain. That's sounding like fire to me, okay? That's sounding like fire. You are gonna get a nice, clean look. You see this here? These aren't rope chains, but you see this is a gold. Let's throw this back here. This is a gold and a silver piece, okay? They're hanging out. They're the same millimeter. They're looking nice. In my opinion, they look great. They look fantastic to me. You guys might feel differently. Let me know in the comments. But personally, you see how this jives? Look at that. It's beautiful. It is absolutely gorgeous. I think that gold and white just look like fire. Look at that. And honestly, in certain lighting, you can't tell, depending on the lighting. You're just gonna see shimmer. So you're gonna see 8 inches, depending on the lighting, not 8 inches, but 8mm of just straight shimmer around your neck. And then when someone comes up closer, they're gonna be like, oh, there's a white gold on there, and then there's a yellow gold. Now, I said white gold. I know you were going for silver, but keep in mind, we have an amazing seller called Jaxxon Jewelry. You may have seen it on the channel before. This seller's white, I've seen silver jewelry, I've seen how it holds up, and then I've seen Jaxxon silver jewelry. So far, his jewelry, I have a couple of pieces from him. I've done a couple of reviews on them. He's been very gracious to support the channel. It being a new channel, I'm very Very, very excited to show his stuff. And I'm not just saying this, guys. I've shown you the reviews. His stuff is top quality. I had one of the amazing subscribers of this channel actually let me know, Joe, I just recently purchased a chain from Luke Zion. It's absolutely gorgeous, just like you said it was. And I love it because I can get a larger size for less money because it's silver and not gold. But at the same time, this guy's chains look, Dennis from Luke Zion, the owner of the company, his chains look like white gold. So straight up, I don't know if you already have a person that you want to purchase from, but if you have not looked into his stuff, look into his stuff because I really think you are going to appreciate it. This is from him. This is the dollar chain, okay? I would highly recommend, even more than a Cuban link, personally, check out the dollar chain, okay? The Cuban links are gorgeous, but the dollar chain is very unique, very beautiful, just like the Cuban link will be. But I love this dollar chain. It is super hot, super hot. Get tons of compliments on it. It's a unique, solid look, very masculine. I love it. The 24-inch 4mm silver with the 4mm 24-inch gold will look like fire. I'm telling you right now. Now, I don't have a silver rope and a yellow gold rope to show you on one neck. So you're just going to have to trust me when I tell you that the two together are going to look hot and it's going to give you a fat look, and because it's at the same length. So you're going to be seeing something along the lines of this. You see how fat these are on their own? That's how fat your ropes are going to look because they're at the same length. If you layer something at the same length, you're going to get a fat stack. If you layer everything at different lengths, you're going to have a more clean, open look like that, okay? Around the neck, it might look fat, but when on your chest, it's not going to look like a fat stack. So it all depends on what you want. You want that clean layered look or do you want that fat stack look? That's completely up to you. Now, the last option that you gave was a 24-inch 3mm silver Franco. I'm going to tell you right now, personally, I don't think you should go with a silver Franco at 3mm at 24 inches, because if you do, you're going to have that 4mm rope, and then you're going to have the 3mm Franco, which is a squared off chain, okay? You're going to have a rope chain and a square chain hanging at the same exact length, 24 inches. It might not look terrible, but I don't think it'll look good. I think if you wanted to do that, I think the best thing you can do is go ahead and have it both be silver or both be gold so that they blend a little bit more. But you're going to have two clashing colors and two clashing styles. Now, if that's something you want, no problem, because there's no rules. But if you go ahead and do that, believe me when I tell you, you are going to see hanging at the same length, not layered. And even if it was layered, you got a square chain with the round, and I don't necessarily think it's the cleanest look. We've done comparisons on the channel as far as that goes in the past. I would personally stick with a rope on a rope, or a rope with a concave maybe. A rope with a concave, I think that would look hot. Even at the same length. And we have the 4mm gold rope around the neck with the 5mm Miami Cuban link, okay? The Miami Cuban link is at 26 inches, like this gentleman said he was looking at, and then you also have the gold rope hanging out at 24 inches, which is the same size that he already has. As you can see with your own eyes on this camera, the 4mm is like, I mean, this is crazy how much ground the 4mm covers. It is dwarfing a 5mm Miami Cuban link. Now, we can come up a little bit closer just to show you guys. When you're closer, you will be able to see the difference just a little bit, just slightly. You will be able to see the difference between the 5mm width and the 4mm width, but almost negligible, almost negligible. So if you were going to go ahead and have these layers, I think that would be great. It's going to give you just a little bit more on the outside than on the inside, but keep in mind, it's almost an illusion, guys, that the bigger chain is on the inside, even with the 5mm. So if we went ahead with what you were asking right now, I need to be honest with you, I would not go with the 5mm Miami Cuban. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't go with it around the neck if I had a 4mm rope over here on the inside. I wouldn't do it. Now let's look at them at the same size to see whether or not it would be a good size to pair together. So around the neck we have here both 20-inch chains. One is that Miami Cuban link. One is, and that Miami Cuban is at 5mm. The other is a rope chain, and that is at 4mm. Do you not see this fat stack? Look at this fat stack. Off the bat, I think this is what you should do. I'm going to tell you right now, you could just not watch the rest of the video if that's what you want to do. I would recommend this because look at this. This is gorgeous, okay? They're both at the same exact length. I know one is kind of hanging different because it's just the way it is on my neck, but at the end of the day, if you're buying the same length, you are going to have it hang next to each other. It's going to look like one chain from a distance, and when you come up close, you'll be able to see the intricacies of both of these beautiful links. Keep in mind, guys, when you pair two chains around your neck, depending on what you're doing, if they're at the same length, they're going to be hanging on each other, kind of moving around. I always worried about scratches. That was something I always worried about. I got to be honest with you. I've worn diamond cut ropes around the neck paired with flat curbs. I've never seen any substantial scratching personally. It also depends on what you're doing, but I'm talking about working. I'm talking about being like underground, doing live electric, wearing a rope chain and a flat link together. Never once have I seen anything that really deterred me from that. Pairing them in that way, and I've done some heavy work. Even bodybuilding, I like to bodybuild in both of those types of links. I've done it in the past, so I've never seen anything that would deter me from doing it. Are you going to get a little scratching? Of course you will, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's anything that you can't just buff out, and nobody's going to really be looking that meticulously at the end of the day anyway. So this is what I would recommend personally. Now let's throw on that 3mm Franco with the 4mm rope to show you why you may or may not want to do that. Okay, my friend, now keep in mind, you mentioned you wanted yours at both 24 inches. How would it look if you had them at 24 inches? These are at 20 inches, okay? But at the end of the day, we're comparing styles, not lengths. You already know you need a larger length because of your size. I'm 5'6". Right now I'm 158 pounds, I believe. And I'm a completely different size than you. So these 20 inches are looking like a 24-inch when you compare our size bodies. So we're just focusing on the actual looks at this point, okay? Do you see the difference in look? This is a square, this is a rounded, kind of more of a rounded chain, okay? I personally don't necessarily like it. It doesn't mean it can't be. It doesn't mean you can't do it. These are at the 20-inch length. So hanging out the 20-inch length, these, in my opinion, are too much of a contrasting link. You see how it just doesn't look clean? In my opinion, it doesn't really look clean to me. So if you're just going to have two chains around your neck, one is going to be gold, one is going to be silver, and then on top of that, they're completely contrasting links all together. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like it might be just too much of a contrast. It does not mean you can't do it. It's just my personal opinion. All right, guys? From a distance, this would look fine because you would not be able to see. All you'd see is flash, flash, flash from a distance. But up close, it might just look a little bit too choppy in a way. I hope that makes sense. So anyway, guys, I hope that this video helped, especially with this particular subscriber. But I love the look of gold and silver together. Gold, yellow gold, white gold, yellow gold, silver chains, especially like I said, the Luke Zion stuff is looking like a white gold, like straight up. You can buy his stuff and it does not look like you're buying, and I'm not trying to knock silver. I'm not trying to knock silver, but it straight up looks like you're buying white gold and for an amazing price point. His stuff is so clean. Like I said, this gentleman on the channel, he just bought a Miami Cuban link. He sent me the picture. He's like, this looks like white gold, just like you said. I was impressed when I received my dollar chain from him. And also he sent me another chain after that, and we're going to continue with the relationship just so I can share with you guys the amazing stuff that he has. This is my everyday stack. I love this look. Keep these in mind. These are not clean. These are not clean. But look at this. How am I crazy, or does this just look gorgeous? This is the way I rock it. You got a 5mm dollar chain. You got a 5.5mm flat curb, 5.5mm flat curb, and then you have a 5mm concave curb, which is in essence kind of like a flat curb. It just looks a little more like a Miami Cuban. This is what's around my neck on the daily. It is fire. I'm telling you, I get compliments all the time. All the time. And you do have that white gold look with a yellow gold. Because let me tell you, it doesn't look like silver. I've owned silver chains in the past. This thing honestly looks rhodium plated almost. When I first took this thing out of the box, I was like, is this... I texted him, or I emailed him, and I asked him, Dennis, is this rhodium plated? He said, no, it's just silver. And I was like, wow. Because it straight up looked... Unless you were comparing it to a rhodium plated piece, then maybe you would be able to tell. Right out of the box, it looked like rhodium to me. So I hope this video helped, guys. I really hope this helps make this fantastic subscriber to this channel, helps him make a decision. Let me know if this video helps in the comments. Guys, weigh in, please. Every single time the amazing subscribers on this channel weigh in and reach out to the people on the channel and help each other, you're helping this community to grow like crazy, and it means a lot because people come to this channel for help. I'm grateful to say we've been able to help. We, meaning me and every subscriber of this channel, have been able to help each other since this channel's come out. I know this was a long video. Thank you guys for the support. Be safe. I'll catch you all at the next video.